Hey, it's me, Ubi told me, the guys with the 5 eyes that you see. On today's video, this may be a bit of a rant, I don't know, but I don't really care for numbers and I don't really care for exact facts with this. I just wanted to say that after this month, I think I've truly seen hip-hop become purely infantilized, not hip-hop, rap, well I guess hip-hop culture, whatever, it's all one and the same I guess. Get purely infantilized to this point, and I'm not surprised rap music is starting to wane, and quite frankly, I don't think rap music should even be a thing at this point. Black culture in general, I don't know what it is. I'm at this point, I don't even think I want to call myself black. I don't even want to say I am a hip hop artist. I'd rather just say I'm a songwriter. And that's because with the likes of guys like Drake and the City Girls, we have to really ask ourselves, not as like black people, I mean as people in general, when are we going to not accept degeneracy out in the open? You know, why is it that we think being degenerates is something to aspire to? Why is that acceptable? You know, the thing that kills me a lot of times is a lot of musicians and a lot of these CEOs and stuff, when it comes to like all kinds of music that's negative, whether it's that kind of metal where it's so much more about the violence aspect than the darkness, or whether it's rap and gangster rap and all that, wherein they'll make a career off of giving these people contracts and making their careers, but when it comes to their own kids, they listen to something else. You know, the thing I find issue with rap music, that's why I say infantilization of it, because niggas just don't want to grow up.
Grow your old ass up, nigga!
The music is so juvenile, it disgusts me. We have these 25 plus, 30-year-old plus, sometimes 40-year-old plus, and 50, 60-year-old plus grown-ass people talking constantly and nothing else but about sex, money, drugs, and violence. See, the reason I just don't think rap music should be a thing is that I feel that music is supposed to be majoritarily positive in the sense where you're expressing and playing it and singing it and making it, and it's supposed to lift you up. It's supposed to feel good. It's supposed to have purpose. It's supposed to be hopeful. But I understand the human condition is not solely all those things. And sometimes there is music out there that is made that may sound downtrodden and sometimes even hopeless. But even then, with that music, there's a mature aspect to it where a person is talking to you about how they really feel. And even if they're at that point where it's like, I can't take it anymore, the fact still stands that there's an importance to what they're saying. There's a point to be made, a point to be had. There's real feelings. With the City Girls and this album Raw, you know, aka Real Ass Whores, I'm kind of at my wit's end. And this goes back for decades too, because even as a child, when I think about the influence of rap music has had on me, it was even pedophilic to a degree, because I can remember seeing women in a lot of these videos. For example, what was that one? It's Hot in Here. That video really messed me up as a kid because it made me want to have adult women. It made women look like the women in the video, I'm not gonna lie, they were looking really good. It was getting hot up in there for real. But it shouldn't be getting hot up in my house. I should be playing with PlayStation. And I was. But I would turn aside the PlayStation and watch that on BET whenever I could. You know, and as a kid, I shouldn't be seeing something like that. Something like that is actually R-rated content if we keep it a buck. You know, half-naked women with sweat glistening, water on them, which kind of looks like something else, if you know what I mean. You know, dancing and gyrating on a bunch of guys. That's not something a kid should be looking at, but I was in a trance because of that program, that broadcast to me. And I'm pretty sure there were thousands and millions of other kids like me. And what that kind of imagery does to a child is it doesn't mature them, but it kind of speeds up their development to a degree sexually. And that's how you end up having kids dancing on each other at a young age, and girls shaking their booties, and dudes, you know, hey, sexually assaulting girls, you know, touching them inappropriately. But like, we know friends, or we've done it one time ourselves or something, where you running past a girl and you smack her butt. That's sexual assault. But as a kid, everything is just and the girl don't tell her parents or her brother or whatever. It's just like, whatever. But as children, we really shouldn't be thinking of that in that kind of way naturally. Now we have attractions, which does inevitably prepare us for when we become adults to actually act upon legitimate impulses. But when you're in elementary school, the most it should kind of be left at is, I really like how that girl looks, she's pretty. You know, it shouldn't get to the point where, man, you see Samantha, yeah, she got some big boobies, and it's only like 5th grade. That's not how it's supposed to be. But the way rap music has been expressed, unfiltered across the whole sphere, it ends up being like that. Because these kind of music videos and these kind of lyrics, they're mainstream. Think about Lil Wayne, for example, and she look like a lollipop. I mean, that's on the radio. All right. And everybody knows what he's talking about. When the kids hear that, they're going to keep saying it over and over again. And then they're going to probably ask, Daddy, what's a lollipop? And they've got some, you're going to ask someone, and someone's going to tell them a lollipop is this. It's your pop smocker. It's what puts you into this world. Your mommy licked your daddy's lollipop, and after enough licks, she got to the center of the Tootsie Roll. And, you know, kids want to emulate what they see, because if Lil Wayne is saying she looks like a lollipop, and he's rich and famous, he got these tattoos, and he's looking like he's the man, you're going to be like, I want her to lick my lollipop because I want to be like Lil Wayne. So you have these situations where this music adulterates the children, and that's like the biggest problem I have with that. And if we take it back to Drake, you got this man, and I've complained about him in my last video, but he is almost 40. He still can't stop talking about having bad relationships with women, and I say that's pathetic. Because how is it that you're this extremely famous, extremely successful, extremely rich, you know, extremely connected, well-mannered, because he's generally well-mannered, well-manicured man, and you can't find a real relationship? I mean, come on, bro. Like, you literally are the status of old world royalty, right? In the old world, the way you're acting, everybody's looking at you like this must be crazy, or he must be homosexual, because how does he not have a wife right now? You know, how is it that you got all these women but you ain't got no harem? And it's crazy to me too that we kind of live in a world where men could damn near be worth $1 billion, and they'll have all these concubines. They won't ever really have an actual harem and you know, a platoon of women that they marry because they're that scared. It's just, I swear this world works so backwards. But he's doing that, right? And there are 2 images really to me that just make me be like, this guy is a clown and a freak out of control. Is the picture he has, well, it's 3 pictures. No, not 3 pictures. 2 pictures, but 1 instance of something, and I'll get to that. The picture he has with all the bras, and then the picture, no, it's 2 pictures, 3 pictures. Oh my God, I'm going all over the place.
Right. Yeah, make up your mind, dude.
The picture he has with the bras, the picture he has with his hair clipped up with the grills, and then the picture he has with his hair and the FUBU and stuff. This dude is a poser and making up for lost time that he spent as a youth probably not getting cheeks. Because the thing with the whole bras and everything, it's weird. Because for one, they came off of women who are probably really sweaty and salty. You don't know where they bathe. I'm pretty sure he cleaned the bras, but still, you know, why keep that though? You know, because he's a hypersexual deviant, all right? He is promoting people going out there. He's really promoting women just being stupid with their bodies and being sex drunk, all right? Because these women, again, they worship Drake as a god. So they're making offerings to him, basically letting him know, you can have my body if you want. And gentlemen out there, you need to raise your daughters and not be stupid. That's stupid, all right? To just give a celebrity your body just because they're famous. It's like, if you're gonna do that, then you gotta actually take it all the way and be a real ass concubine and get some bread off of them, because at the very least there's an exchange. Please, for the love of goodness, tell your daughters your bodies are sacred and you can die giving it to the wrong person. That being said, we'll be on to the next picture with him and his little grills or whatever. That also shows me how much of a culture vulture this dude is, because I know he's quote unquote half black, but he's gene recessive, because his his Jewish, white, Caucasian mother basically is where he takes most of his genes from, and that's why his skin is the way he is. He's recessive, all right? And I think also he tries to make up a lot for that, and I think that's something he can't get by, because I know a lot of people talk about how he tries to make up for being like seen as a soft, nice guy. But I think if anything, I don't even think he's just trying to make himself be seen more tough. I think he's trying to make himself seem more black, because quite frankly, if you look at him, you would assume at the least he's like Middle Eastern, some kind of like, I wouldn't say a Saudi, but like something like that. You just wouldn't think black. I mean, if he puts his hair in, cornrows and stuff, you can kind of see it, but he really looks Middle Eastern. He doesn't look typical. And even like looking at like his father, his father does look like a Native American black person, but him, I just don't see it. Even especially like when he doesn't have any hair, if you seen Drake with no hair, it's kind of like, how would I compare it? It's like seeing one of those moon bears from Asia with no hair, with no fur. It's not a good look. And he looks, at that point, he just looks like a worm coming out the ground. That being said, he's a culture vulture. He's trying to just appear like he's this cool black guy with all the swag. And low-key is kind of losing his mind, because you can be only so old and keeping up with young trends so much before it's beyond your time. And it's funny because he's actually trying to take huge trends from when he was a kid and trying to make it new. I don't know, but then this, why we had to talk about the third picture with him with his thugnificent hairstyle and his FUBU on with the Uggs and everything. And personally, I feel like now most people wearing FUBU are just, at this point, we've kind of peaked in society from what I've seen. We peaked with technology. Well, we're almost peaking with technology, but fashion wise, we peaked. There's really nothing else we can do with regular street urban fashion, because we've gone through all the stages, which is basically skinny fit, medium fit, loose fit, baggy fit. Now we're going back to baggy fit, and I guess, you dress the way you want, but with these celebrities, man, you can tell that they just don't think of anything themselves. The way he's just wearing the FUBU, it's like he really is trying to look like he came straight off of the boat of Dipset back in 01 or something, and it's just not working out for me. It's like what I'm saying, it's like the infantilization. He just looks like a guy who wants to be a kid. And what you guys have to understand is that because of his stature and his status, he has influence, and the industry wants to influence the youth. Most of you guys who are older have been influenced enough to the point where you will spend, like, where your time equals into a lot of money most of the time, because you have money on your own. The kids still have not gotten to that point yet. They still rely on other people to get themselves things. That's why they need to hook the kids, because when they hook the kids will be wanting and craving, for example, getting tickets to a Drake concert, or buying that Drake merch, or showing up to the City Girls pop-up shop and stuff like that. They can only do that so many times, and it's limited. So when they get older, that need and want to interact with these people builds and builds and builds until when they become adults, then it just explodes. That's why you see, like, with Taylor Swift and Beyonce, how crazy people are for those concerts. Like Beyonce's concerts, I've seen so many women going to Beyonce's concerts. I've seen some women go to Beyonce's concerts more than once, and I think it's a waste of money. I really think it's a waste of money to go to arena stadium concerts, because why are you trying to see someone you can't even get that close to in the field? Like, if they still look like an ant from where you're sitting, you're better off just watching it at home. At least you actually get to see them. But this is all them trying to get to the children. When I just look at rap, I'm gonna just stick with rap, okay? Because sometimes I feel bad saying hip-hop, because I know hip-hop is bigger than that. But at the same time, the City Girls and Drake really do represent most of what black culture is. There's a small subset of black culture that's actually trying to keep things, going for the people. But the way rap is, I don't know what purpose rap serves, because if you think about it, there's no positivity in it. It's always about fulfilling your carnal primal desires and not becoming a better person, or not getting through issues in your life, or simply just feeling feeling what you feel on the inside about how life really is. It's all about following trends. It's all about just defeating other people by this weird Eurocentric superiority complex of having the most women and the most cars and the most houses and the most dope and the most chains. It's like, I don't get, like, there's no meaning to it, and people are kind of starting to notice it, because I say one of the biggest things with rap music and pop music and country music is that it's expressive. Those genres tend to have more expressiveness of things the average person can relate to, and because of that, everything is repetitive to a degree, but they don't have the same kind of repetitive niche that rap does. Because with pop, it has considerably more different sounds that they take, and it's all about just essentially it's really just about having fun and just being, bright. Of course it has their moments where it's just like, oh God, Katy Perry, shut up. But at the same time, a lot of pop, since it's really formulaic, but it's more scientific and more genuine, because you'll have more actual like people who are really musicians working on a serious composition, and outshines hip hop. And then, with country music, there's this whole thing about country music now that everyone's talking about, and I think a lot of Southern black musicians really do need to take advantage of that country, because little do we know that a lot of country, anything with guitars and Southern, and anything Southern deals with a lot of black culture in general, because black culture is mostly the American culture. That's something for another day, but they should jump on that, because with country music, the biggest thing about country music is that's all about expressing your soul. You're not gonna have a country hit unless it sounds like something everybody can relate to. And I wouldn't say, like, I'm not gonna hate on country. It's not my cup of tea, but if I go to a club or something like that, do I want to hear Lil Durk either lie or tell the truth and snitch on himself about catching ops? Or do I want to hear someone talking about, I'm going to drink beer at the bar tonight and hopefully I find my wife? Like, I would rather hear something that is all like, that feels better, that speaks to me as a man or as a person, or my wife as a woman, even if it's something like, and I'ma cut his car and I'ma cut his dick, like, still, it's just funny. Rap music is just not that. And that's another thing too. Like, it's disturbing how seriously the music takes itself while not being serious about anything else about life. Because I swear, a lot of these rappers, like, their egos are so huge, and that's why the City Girls named their album Real As Whores. Like, they really think they're the top prima donnas on top of the game, and it's like, of course you're kind of famous because you're signed, but if we keep it real, nobody is really going to be trying to buy into what you guys have on a big scale, and you're desperate. They're trying to turn society into a corn society, right? And that's why the music, you see Drake and you see City Girls, and then if we take it further, you see Doja Cat being naked with Scarlett. Everything about it is about sin, and that's the crazy thing. Rap music has turned itself into the literal personification of sin, because there's nothing else to rap about. Everything is about sin. Everything is about destruction. Everything is about pride and greed and envy and lust and gluttony. And that's why I look at a lot of people differently now that listen to this kind of music, because it's like, what do you think about yourself? How do you think about me? If you listen to someone constantly talking about killing people or constantly talking about sleeping with women, do you really look at me like I'm a friend to have? I know you wouldn't shoot me, but it's like, if you wouldn't, why are you so invested in listening to a nigga that talks about that? You wouldn't even do that. Like, most of the music I listen to, I stray away from listening to music that just does not fit my personality, because it really does feel fake, and I also feel like I can't listen to it. And see, I'm not gonna lie about it though. Rap music, there are a lot of rappers with some really hard bars and some really hard instrumentals, like Freddie Gibbs and Benny the Butcher, Isaiah Rashad, them kind of guys. So every now and then I make an occasion, because it's like if the effort and skill level is there, then you can't deny skill, right? But then that's when it starts trending itself towards hip hop. But then again, I will say, guys like Pusha T and Freddie Gibbs cannot stop rapping about cocaine.
My main man, baddest I ever met, cocaine.
So that's another point to make. So even if those guys have remarkable skill and legendary output, it's like you still haven't grown up, bro. It's like, just leave the cocaine alone.
Is that all the cocaine we got? It's gonna be a long night, Jack.
And it's funny because Freddie has like a song like that on his that Alchemist album with what's his name, Tyler the Creator. It was he was actually really insightful in that whole album. But again, he can't get away from the drug aspect, and that's where I want to close everything off at. And this is just how I feel. And this is just what it is. We gotta kill this music. And being honest, as a believer in Yahweh B'Hashem, Yahshai B'Hashem, this music is not good for your soul, and it will destroy you. It will distract you from how life really is. It will make you think you're this big shot, this hot shot, this cool kind of person, this sexy kind of lady, and you're not. You're not what they're presenting, and they're not what they're presenting. They have all this money to give you these videos to show them in all these dresses and around all these women and these cars and these cool visuals, but it's nothing more than a broadcast. All right, it's programming. It's meant to keep you still. These people don't care about you. Drake does not care about you, because Drake even has his own son trying to rap. And people, do you not find this disturbing, that this man constantly talking about sex, showing himself around women in sexual manners, and having sex, which is publicly discussed, but he wants his son doing what he does, and he's not even trying to cover it up. You see how confusing this is? Because what if his son really likes a girl, but then he sees his dad with a bunch of bras and stuff? His son is going to be confused whether or not it's right to want to have one woman. You see where this is going? Because even now he's trying to make a cycle with his Damien looking son. His Griffith. I'm really just gonna call him Griffith, because that baby looks like Griffith. All right, if you know Berserk, he looks like Griffith, dog. This music it's gotta die at some point, and I don't think it will actually die, because we will always have the hood in America. The goal of the elite to create a class of black people that are just useless at the best, and destructive at the worst. They've accomplished that goal because the way the cycle of poverty works, and just the lack of proper healthcare, the lack of proper education, just being forgotten. I ride around where I am and see the hood near the downtown where I'm at, and I'm just like, how does the city ever feel good? It's crazy. It's so like they ignore the hood so bad. City always talking about, we gonna fix this, we gonna fix that, but the hood is right next to the basketball stadium, it's arena, whatever. Y'all a bunch of fakes, because if you can't fix this, I don't care what else you say you can do, the city will never be complete. And it's crazy because pretty much most cities won't be complete until they fix the hood, but the hoods can't be fixed because there's really no more money out there. The whole country is just basically surviving off the debt, the fact that we can indebt other countries and just basically blow them up, and the fact that our citizens make more than pretty much everybody out in the world, and we make more debt because of that, and we prop everything up. Rap music is just destructive. It doesn't add anything to our lives. It's meant to actually reduce our lives. It's meant to lower our intelligence. It's meant to help destroy our relationships, because there are a lot of women that really follow the city girls' advice. If you see the names of some of their songs, it's like, take his man and where the bag at, and it's like, god damn, y'all don't have no hobbies, do you? Where is your bag? Aren't you the rapper? Aren't you the one? Like, why are you rapping if you're not trying to make money from rapping? Talking about where the bag is at. It's like, aren't you supposed to be the bag girl? You're famous. You're doing shows. You're the bag for me.
Now let me borrow your car.
Why you gotta get the bag? You already working? I don't know. But final closing is, I hope you guys, what you take from this rant is that, you know, I know we all like our favorite rappers and stuff. We like our music. But like I said, because hip hop, because rap doesn't want to grow up, we have to. I've cut a steady stream of music out of my library. We all like TDE, right? I know we all like TDE. At this point, I listen to nobody except a couple of Kendrick songs and a couple Isaiah Rashad songs. I can't relate to nobody else on the label. And Absol is a hardcore Masonic Satanist, so I definitely stay away from his music now. But that's the thing. He used to be my favorite rapper, and it hurts. But I know where he is. I can't listen to that. I gotta cut out a lot of my Freddie Gibbs, and it sucks, but I can't listen to that. And I do like Currency, and I give Currency a bit of a break, mainly because, you know, he does rap very positive stuff and encourages people to seek their own path. But at the same time, it's a bit repetitive, so I just kind of listen to his classics every now and new thing. But I try to, at this point, if I listen to someone who's considered themselves a rapper, they gotta have straight up skill, like Black Milk. Black Milk is a guy, is his name Black Milk? Or was that the album? I think it's Black Milk. I'll correct it if it's not. But that dude, supernatural. And he's been in the game for so long, I didn't even know he was in the game that long. But you guys gotta listen to those kind of rappers, you know, that can bring to you legitimate stories, that can express their emotions in ways that make you think about your own emotions, that make you think about your own life. You know, that's how life, that's what music is supposed to do. You know, it's not supposed to bring you negativity to make you negative. At the least, it should bring you negativity to make you consider more positives. But music is supposed to be uplifting. Music is supposed to be skillful. You know, it's supposed to be something that you can enjoy, but if you participate in, then there has to be a level of mastery that you aspire to. Otherwise, you can't really make good music to the ear that's pleasing. You know what I'm saying? There has to be that level. There is this level, I would say, the RPG element to it. When you play an RPG, you gotta choose what you're gonna be and what you're gonna do. But either way, you have to manage yourself. So by the end of the game, you become so strong, so powerful, yet at the same time, so inquisitive, so knowledgeable, so wise about the world that you've crafted for yourself and the kind of body and being that you become, that at the end of the game, you can fight the final boss and then you can achieve anything. That's how I view music. That's how we have to view it. We have to cherish it. You know, Yahweh gave us music mainly for us to exalt his name, but you hear a lot of these rappers saying, I thank God for this and thank God for that. His name's not God. They're thanking Satan. Some of them know, some of them don't know. That's beyond the point. I don't know who. Anyway, but we have this blessing from Yah, and we need to treat it as such because music is delicate, and this music is being used to mess with the minds of our children. And as a new father, I'm not going to let that happen. My daughter is going to control music. She's not going to let music control her. And that's the whole point of the industry. And that's why Drake and City Girls are doing their thing. Hope you enjoyed this video. You guys have a good day now.